Kingdom Conversations with Lonzine Lee. Today is the 22nd of August, and it is my birthday week. Yay. And so I'm celebrating. And one of the ways that I celebrate is to gather and be surrounded by friends. And that's what's going to happen. If you saw the announcement, then you know that it is my friends from the Divinely Designed 21st Century Women broadcast that comes on Monday nights. And at first it was going to just be a few, but they may trickle in a little bit just because of schedules and what have you. But the majority of them here, and Leslie's going to be joining us too. So I want to open in prayer. I want to welcome you all to the broadcast. Remember, y'all, I'm going to do roll call and get excited, get ready for what we call today a lively, joy-filled kingdom friendship conversation. Father, I thank you for today. I thank you that I have friends, and I'm able to say that there are people that are in my life that you have sent, and that those are divine connections. I thank you for the kingdom, the message, the power, the opportunities, our lives that are found in there. I thank you for these special women. And because, we celebrate the biological birth, but you gift us with many things. So I thank you for that today. I got lots to say, but I'll keep saying it throughout. In Jesus' name, amen. So what I want to do, I want to greet you, Pastor Mark Fox, and thank you for joining on this one. It is the birthday broadcast, and I will say it more than once. My birthday is not today. Yes, I will take the happy birthdays. My birthday is actually Thursday, and that's fun. Some significant things about that too. But nevertheless, without further ado, la 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 la. I don't know who's coming first, but bring them on in. Bring in the friends, Michele and LeTasha and Jenny and Christal and Xochitl and hey Anita. So we're only waiting for Lesley, but in the meantime, these are some of the hottest women in the kingdom, as far as I'm concerned. So I want to welcome my friends. Hello, everybody, and say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. So what we're going to do, we're used to, thank you, Uncle Mike. What we're used to having these conversations. And as you know, last night, Anita decided that she was going to bless me with the happy birthday greetings and all of that kind of stuff and celebrate. And I think that's fine. But since I get to celebrate friends, I'm going to interview y'all in a sense, but you could also interview me. And we're going to have a conversation that I think is a lot of fun because I want to talk about birthdays. I want to talk about celebrating people. I want to talk about things that cause you to be lively and joy-filled and so forth. But before I lead us into that conversation, since Michele's at the top, then there's Jenny, then there's LeTasha, then there's Xochitl, then there's Christal, and there's Anita. Possibly by the time Anita's done, Lesley will have joined us. I'm going to give you all a moment to introduce yourselves and to let people know who you are. Starting with you, Michele.
Hi, everyone. For the most part, I think most of you guys do know who I am, but I am Michele Hanson. I am married to Ryan Hanson, and we live in New Jersey in a rural type town, a little bit country, a little bit city, just the way I like it. But I am so glad to be on here to celebrate. I don't know if my words are backwards with the camera, but we are going to celebrate for Lonzine. So yes, an early happy birthday to you. I am so glad to be here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Geneva Hollis. Some of you may recognize me. Gosh, what to say? You know, this always puts me on the spot. I am also a country girl. I live in the center of Alabama, and I'm just so thrilled to be able to be here today and celebrate my wonderful friend's birthday all week long.
I'm LeTasha Luttrell. Hi, everybody. So glad to be here to celebrate our pastor, sister, and friend, Lonzine. I love you so much. And I'm in Meta Vista, California, and I'm a mountain girl, city mountain girl. Love it up here, but I'm just happy to be here today.
Happy birthday, Pastor Lonzine. My name is Xochitl Rodriguez. I am in the Los Angeles area. I like to go to the country for a few days and then come back home. I actually do enjoy traveling and visiting different areas and seeing how we all live, but not too far out there. But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here and looking forward to the celebrations that'll be going on and on and on and on. Hey, Chris.
All right. Hi, I'm Christal Kemp, and happy birthday, PL. And we'll be celebrating throughout the week until the main day comes. But I am Christal Kemp. I live in Central Valley, California, originally from the East Coast, but I'm here now in warm California. I love it, though. I really do. And just to be a blessing to be on the program with my friend and pastor.
Thank you. There she is. Go on, Anita.
Yay. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I've learned with this group, we can roll with it. So I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate Lonzine, but also to celebrate each other and what God is doing in and through us. It's such a joy to be a part of these lives because you are really establishing me and pushing me into what God has called me to be.
All right.
That was so nice, wasn't it? I almost feel like we were like, hi, I'm from this place and I'm representing and we're doing a pageant. That's the way you guys all did it. That's very cool. I'm from the country. I am from this, I'm from the city, and I'm small town. I'm actually from in the San Francisco Bay Area. My original town of birth and origin, I wasn't born there, is Vallejo, California. And that's where I grew up, and then moved to Southern California, Orange County, also now known as the OC. And I grew up did some more growing up in Santa Ana, California. And it wasn't until I became an adult that I dared to venture into living in Los Angeles City proper, as well as West Hollywood. And now I'm back up in Northern California. I don't live too far from Christal. We don't see each other as much as we could, but she has the key to my house again, so I don't know. And she uses it well too. My brother just moved out, and it's kind of funny to me. My brother just moved out, and when he was getting ready to go to the airport, Christal held her hand out and said, "I'll take your key because you don't have any need of it." And it was kind of funny because she had a key to my house, and she lost it, and I said, "That's your problem. I'm not going to fix it." Lesley's here, so we're going to welcome her in a moment and give her an opportunity to introduce herself. I'll let her breathe beforehand. But there she is. Hey, Lesley. So thanks for joining CC. Now, this is awesome. First thing, Lesley, you're going to get a chance to introduce yourself in a minute before I jump into the questions that I have for you guys. But check this out. What I feel, and I want to, you know what, Lesley, introduce yourself because it's going to lead right into it, and Anita's just going to get spayed, but she'll be back. Okay. So Lesley, go ahead and tell us who you are and share. Yes, it is Geraldine. Usually I'm the only one who speaks, other than my guest.
So I'm Lesley. I don't know. What do you want to know? Aircraft mechanic, hairdresser. Just finished work, so I'm kind of joining a little bit late here. Yeah.
Okay, one thing I know, I don't know which one of your sports cars you were driving, but if you drove from your place where you work to where you live, girl, you were rolling. I'm glad you got there safely. I'm grateful not a deer came up the way so that you ran over yet another one. And so I'm really glad you're here because she lives in the city, but deer like to come out and stand here and have encounters with her. So anyway, I got stories on all of y'all. I do. And I may share some of them, but what I wanted to talk about, and the first thing I wanted to do when I told you all, thank you. I thank you for being here because I think one of the greatest gifts that you can give a person for a birthday, for a special occasion, is your time. Mm-hmm. And so I've got 7 hours of your time by the 7 of you being here together, here. And that to me is an amazing blessing. By the way, y'all, it's just, how do I say it? It gratifies me. Apostle Michael always go, instigate. I can see that. Spill the beans. You have to clarify what you mean, because these women, we do eat beans, but we eat them with rice and we eat them with, and these people can throw down. So tell us, Uncle Mike, what is it that you want to know? In the meantime, here's my question for you. First one, birthdays, celebrations, best birthday ever. What was it? What'd you get? What happened, Michele? I want to know. And I will repeat the question if I need to, but otherwise just go round robin or tag a friend. Y'all know what to do.
Woo, on the spot. Best birthday ever. I've had a few. Most memorable, I would say. I remember I didn't have a sweet 16. I had a sweet 17. But whereas a lot of people do a lot of things, going out to places and spending a bunch of money, my mother was from South Carolina, so stereotypically that meant she could throw down. So she cooked up a storm. And because we were always at church and they, were in ministry there, we set aside a time afterwards. And I had on my favorite gold dress at the time. And she cooked so much food. Her macaroni and cheese, good God from Zion. That was the best. And all my friends, which were the choir members and a couple from high school, they all came and we just had a blast. And that for me, because to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to another one that would top that, but that I would say is my most memorable. It wasn't so much all the gifts that I got, but I had so much fun hanging out with my friends. We always hung together, but being there, being able to eat, having family and friends, it was great. So I would say that was the most memorable for me for now. Jenny?
I think I would have to say that, and perhaps it's just because I don't remember so well, but my most memorable one right now would be my 50th birthday. It was an entire weekend celebrated with girlfriends where we cooked whatever we want, we ate whatever we want, we stayed up as late as we could, kind of a extended sleepover with a bunch of girlfriends. So my 50th birthday was a pretty good one. How about you, LeTasha?
My most memorable one, I would say, was just a couple of years ago. And being up here in the mountains, it's a little bit of a drive for people. So I understand when you said that, I couldn't really relate Pastor Lonzine so much. But then when I thought about it, I thought, what was so memorable about that birthday? And it was that people gave their time. They went out of their way and came up here and gave their time. And it wasn't that it was so many people, but the ones that showed up, it was super special because they went out of their way. And it was just the time, the company. It wasn't about the gifts. But I will say, I had all my favorites, salmon and lobster, and we ate. I mean, we threw down. And then my favorite is always cheesecake. So those three items right there, I was just very, very, very happy. But mostly it was just being surrounded by my family and friends and just the love that was in the air, flowers and all those things. It was just, I just felt like, wow, I really felt honored. I felt honored and I felt loved. I just felt just totally surrounded with love. So it was super special. How about you, Xochitl?
For me, it was definitely my quinceañera, which is like the sweet 16, but we do it when we turn 15. And the reason why that was so special was because I knew my parents had saved for it, because economically, I don't know how my mom was able to pull it off with my dad's paycheck at the time, but they did. And I had this huge birthday party. And the piece that was very memorable was the dance with my dad. So yeah, that just thinking about it just softens my heart, makes me cry because there was a song that talks about the transition from you were a little girl and now you're a lady and that. So I got to dance that with my dad, and as soon as the song started, I just put my head down on him and cried the whole time. So that made everybody, a lot of the people in the room were crying. It was very special, and that to this day just it's one of those memories that is just so pleasing, and it's one of those times where I get to thank God for allowing me to have such a beautiful party, surrounded by friends, family. And the hall was separated, so they had the Spanish music on one side and the English music on the other, so everybody was happy. It was connected by a hallway in the kitchen. So very ideal situation for a 15-year-old. So that was definitely my most memorable birthday. Christal, how about for you?
Oh, that was so sweet. My most memorable birthday that I can remember, I don't know how old I was, but my late husband sent me a bouquet of roses. I don't know whether 12 or 24, and a hot air balloon plant, but the hot air balloon was so huge. When they called me down to the front to pick it up, I was like, is he serious? They helped me take it back up to my cubicle, and it was on the second floor. And so if you look from one side to the other, you could see this hot air balloon. I mean, people were coming up to my desk saying, well, what's the occasion? I said, my birthday. So he always did things big, and that I really remember that. So I'm going to pass it over to Prophet Anita.
Oh my goodness, I love hearing these memories. My favorite, I was a daddy's little girl. I still am a daddy's girl, but to my father God. Anyway, when it was our birthday in our home, 5 kids, family of 7, we didn't have a lot of, but one of my most memorable birthdays was I got saved when I was 13 in August. My birthday's in July. So August of 74. And I joined a youth group, and there was a lot of guitar players, and we worshiped and sang, and I just loved it. And I begged my dad for a guitar the next birthday. And and he said, I don't know, he didn't want to say no, but I don't know. And so, I just I felt kind of crushed, but I said, okay, I'm just going to just be happy anyway. But on my birthday, my dad snuck out to the garage and came in with this beautiful guitar. It was way too big for me, but it was beautiful. Had a red front and flowers on it. And I was so shocked and overwhelmed. And I don't want to cry, but I know it cost him a lot, and he sacrificed to be able to get it. But that was the beginning of me learning to worship, because one of my youth leaders taught me how to play a guitar, and I would spend hours in my room before the Lord in his presence, and I would feel him tangibly in my room. And it's because it started with that guitar, and I'll never forget that. It's just so precious. How about you, Lesley?
Well, for me, it was practically every year since I've been married, because my birthday every 7 years will land on Thanksgiving. So for that whole week, it was kind of hard going to school and having kids and all of that. But we would always
let me interrupt you for a minute, just for a minute. Hey, you guys, you're going to have to mute in between, just so that we don't get the feedback. Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
So, and because my husband's birthday and my birthday were only like 6 days apart, we would always celebrate together every year. We'd go out to dinner, take a trip or whatnot, but it would be just him and I. But but we'd have family time together as well. But it was always something that we did. We celebrated together going away. So I'd say since I got married, probably every year. Yeah.
I love this. Thank you all. You know, it's precious. You talked, Leslie's about the only one that talked about a romantic type of thing, but these talks about time with your dads, moms doing the things that they did, all of the family celebrations. So you told me a lot, or time with friends. And again, it's a gift of time that you give. So those are the best birthdays that you've had thus far. And looking forward to ideas that things that you want for gifts or things that you would give as gifts. You know, what do you think? You can answer any of these, but thinking, wow, what's the best gift I can give someone for their birthday besides your time? But time is huge on that. Uncle Mike, whatever things you want to know, I'm giving you an opportunity, and I'm going to give everybody here an opportunity to ask me one question with regards to however it is that you want. It's pertaining to birthdays, birthday dreams, birthday this, that, whatever it is. The only thing I won't lie to you. I'll just tell you none of your business if you want to know how old I am. So, and then I'll just give you the answer I give everybody. I'm going to be 45 again. I'm going to have another 45th birthday. I like them. So anyway, that's my answer to that question. We made that easy. Okay. Uncle Mike, you feel free. And by the way, we'll be scheduling you. You got to come back and hang out because you're hilarious again. Anyway, I will tell you something. I was thinking about this, and I'm inspired by Apostle Tracy Carson, who was sharing when she and Apostle Gary, they come on just before me, and she and Apostle Gary were my guest one day, and we were chatting, and they were just talking about like their courtship and relationships. And this is kind of cool because this morning's Zoom call, the Northeastern call, Apostle Eddie, Papa Eddie Maestas ministered on relationships, and it was so beautiful. It was from the heart of the Father, and I mean, just the way it poured out, it really wanted to bring you to tears. And I became the spokesperson for single people, saying, you know, asking questions I'm not going to repeat right now, but it really got me to thinking about being a gift myself, not just an ascension gift, but an actual gift in the lives of people that I'm around. Because that's what I like to do. I like to give gifts, and any of you who've ever been in my house know I do that. And y'all know that my endearments, some of my love, quote unquote, love language, I think that's the right expression, is actually how I talk to people. Because I typically, if I like you, then I refer to you as my love or my friend or something like that. And that's, I do that with everyone, which means, of course, I have to watch myself, I guess, when a relationship comes along, that he understands. Yeah, I might call you my love because I call everybody that if I like you. If I don't, I call you by your name. So until I like you. But being a gift is one thing. And what kind of gifts does a gift like to receive? And for me, it's flowers. I gift myself flowers, and then I get flowers, and that's a real big thing to me. You have to find out in conversation, and I'm not going to spill it here. What kind of things like that do I like? I like little things, the little things that people do. And you all are like that in my life. You do little things. Now, some things, it's like you think you do for me sometimes, or try what you like, but I don't necessarily like what you like, but I like you. Does that make sense? But flowers are a big thing. The other one is time. Somebody wanting to spend time. And I was thinking about this, and I asked a question today, and Jenny could tell you, I had almost all of that senior council looking at me like, should we be in your business? It's like, no, you should not. But when you think about, most of the time women talk about the romantic gestures that they want, or the things that we give. I'm not telling you. Oh, my favorite birthday meal. I'm going to answer that. Okay. But so do you see what I'm saying? So it's just fun stuff like that. And I want you all to have that opportunity to share some of these things about yourself. Not too much, because for those of you that the man still needs to come along, let him work. to get the information, but you can give out one little thing. And what is my favorite birthday meal? It's probably not the food so much, but the way you make pasta, oh, you make it sing. Um, since I don't my favorite cake is typically chocolate with white frosting. In my case now, it would have to be sugar free or made with monk fruit or something, because sugar and I don't get along. My favorite ice cream. Anybody want to guess? It's Rebel vanilla. It's a little pint. I love that. It's keto. They call it a keto ice cream. I don't eat it because it's keto. I eat it because it's the best sugar-free ice cream ever. And then as far as food is concerned, because I like to cook too, um, Joe Henry says my favorite meal must have bacon. So I think it might be the steak with the bacon. That's right. You got it, bro. And I'm having, actually, my menu is going to be a tomahawk steak. That's what I'm having on Thursday, which I'm going to grill myself, but Crystal's going to come over and help. I don't know. I think I have to have like chicken and waffles might come up. It's got to be, there must be bacon. Absolutely. I'm a beef eater, so the steak is good. Y'all can have the chicken and the salads and the other kind of stuff like that. And I don't know, whatever the sides are. I don't think I have a favorite meal. I haven't had my favorite date yet. I've actually never been out on a date for my birthday. Woo! Yeah, seriously. Even when I was married. Um, so, so, sorry. So those are some of the things. So I'm going to tag you, Xochitl, and steak and bacon. Yeah, Helen, come on, steak and bacon. And I don't know what. Oh, it has to be sweet potato fries. Sweet potato fries. That would work. That would work too. So okay. Y'all don't know what to do. So I know everybody. Nobody knows what to do exactly. So Xochitl, I'm gonna tag you because you and Christal have to put up with me so much.
All right. Well, it's not my birthday, but I love pork belly on my birthday. And I love having pork belly. It's not something I will have on a regular basis, but it's a treat for me. And that's definitely recently that has been my favorite birthday meal. And my cousin happens to make some and comes over with the full platter, and that's what I have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, and to celebrate others, I like to ask them, what do they like? What do they want to eat all week? Many times it's like one day and you get a dinner or a lunch or whatever, but I like to celebrate them at least all week. And so, especially with my niece and nephew, it's like, what do you want today? What do you want the next day? And it makes them think, because they're not used to getting that. But I love celebrating them much longer than their birthday. And sometimes, the 6 month, the birthday and a half, just to remind them how wonderful they are and how much I love them. For them and for people that I love. I do enjoy doing things like that to surprise them. And let's see. Oh yeah, you said Christal. All right, so Christal, you're next. I'm not sure why she tagged us side by side.
I don't know, but I need to come over for some of that pork belly.
We'll just drive down when she tells us.
Make sure you have it. Yeah, we're going to celebrate too Thursday. I know what we're having, but I won't say unless you say. Anyway, but I like my favorite meal. I like a lot of different foods, so like a lot of different cultural foods. But I would say right now, for a while, Texas Roadhouse steak, the ribeye with the baked sweet potato, that was like my favorite. I don't know. I'm still looking for another favorite because,
Porterhouse.
I know. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to Thursday. Anyway, but what I like to do for others is really, I like to see what they like. You observe them and think, I know this person will like them because what I know about them. It's not one specific thing, but it's just the things that you know about a person. And then when you surprise them, that they'll love that, or at least you think they will. And I guess that's the way I would do it, or I do it. I just like to do something that they would least expect. But I know it's going to be fun and it's going to be caring. And And everybody, whoever's there, even if it's just us, they'll enjoy it. So now I'm going to pass it to, do I get to pass it or I send it back to you, Pia?
Pass it. We know we do chicken and waffles, but that's our holiday deal. So
exactly. So I didn't pull that in.
Yeah, we do the chicken and waffle feast. And Uncle Mike, when you come to California, I'll do it. The chicken and waffle feast is
all the time. Whipped cream, whipped cream.
Right, all of that. When we were in North Carolina, I didn't cook, but I know how. Anyway, whoever you pass it to. Yeah, Anita came for the chicken and waffles. Let her talk. Be quiet.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna pick on let me see. I'll do Anita. I'll pass it to you.
She's trying to find her mute button. Okay.
Okay, then I'll pass it to LeTasha.
All righty. Okay. For my birthday, again, salmon. Always salmon. Salmon, a crab. Oh my gosh. Love it with all the lemon and everything on there. Cracked pepper. Can't have enough cracked pepper. Or lobster. That's seafood all the way. I will be a happy, happy birthday girl. And of course, my cheesecake. And then what I like to do for others, I love to gather. That's just a gift that I have. I love to gather. I love to make a big deal out of people and celebrating their life and honoring them. And I love to gather and host and make it big. My mom was always big about that. Every celebrations were big. There was no such thing as small celebrations. So it's just kind of ingrained in me and it comes naturally. So I love to make a big deal out of birthdays. Yeah, that's me. So how about you? Let me see. Let's try Anita again.
Sorry about that. I found it. It's comical. I always have to be the comical with all the troubles. I think that's funny. Favorites. Going back to my dad again. Our house tradition was on your birthday, you got to choose what was for dinner, and I loved him to charcoal steak on the grill, baked potatoes, fresh salad from his garden with the hottest green onions like we've ever had. We all had onion breath every time we ate dinner, and homemade dressing vinaigrette that he made, and my sister usually made chocolate cake. And to this day, I like that on my birthday. I like chocolate cake on my birthday. But the celebration was, just that it got to be your day. And so when I am trying to celebrate with people or bless someone, I just want to make it their day. What do you want to do? Anything. Let's just celebrate. Let's do whatever you would like. Go where you'd like. And those have been some fun adventures. And sometimes it was driving. One day we drove with a friend and we ended up in Arkansas. We just, this is a cool road. Let's drive it. And all of a sudden, hey, we're in Arkansas. It was hilarious. But I just enjoy letting people have the freedom to just have a day. They just get to do whatever. It's a freedom, and I really enjoy that. Now I'm going to go to Lesley.
So the foods that I like, I eat Japanese food and steaks and seafood and no vegetables. No vegetables there. And I like it quiet. I don't like to have big crowds and noise. That's one thing I kind of not like. For me to give someone, and I didn't know that you like flowers, Pastor Lonzine, and I didn't know what I was going to get for you because I always try to get you something that you like and what you want. I don't know, just spending time with you actually. So, yeah. Pastor Michele?
Wonderful. I'm going to sing it, Apostle Mike. That is great. Gives us some chocolate cake. Love that. But food that I like. Well, one, I always say to everyone, I'm the no seafood person. No fish, no seafood. So again, Apostle Mike, I love Italian food. Love it. But just no seafood. Hint, hint, hint. I'm throwing that out there. But nevertheless, besides that, I also love because and I don't cook it all the time, but because the way I grew up um uh cooking soul food, learning from my mom. I love that too. So I I just but Italian and soul food, those are my top two. Just no seafood or fish. I do cook it for Ryan, but I never taste it. So but nevertheless, that's that. As far as birthdays, it depends on what the person wants to do, but the type of person I am, even if it's not their birthday, I like to gift my food to people, friends, family, the ones I know. Um, like when I get in moods, I wouldn't want to do this for a living, like as a chef or a cook, but just like when I like or get in the mood. I'm not a big dessert person. I do eat cake, I do eat ice cream, but I've got to be in the mood for it. But give me a good prime rib. Oh my goodness. And I'm good to go. And I love Texas Roadhouse's prime rib. Oh, it is the one. It is so good. Um, but I like to gift people food because what it was for my family growing up, like we sat around, we ate, and food, like you can feel community with food. Like people come together, lovingly chatting, and that's how it was for us. And so and one of the funniest things, even with Ryan, I'm learning though, he always says it's just two of us. You cook too big. Because I grew up in a family with four other siblings and then my parents, so it was seven of us. And so I learned, watching my mom, and so we cook big. So whenever I would cook, I'm packing up food saying, "Oh, I'll give it to this one, I'll give it to that one." And so that's what I like to do. I like to give the gift of food that, and I always pray over my food, not just that it be good and healthy, but that love would be in it, and even salvation, and that joy would be in it, that whatever the person is in need of, even in them, that it would be in my food. I honestly do that. I got that from my mom. So I like to gift food to people because I believe that, it would, do something and encourage them. So that's me. Jenny.
Well, wait a minute, Michelle. Remember, you have to answer Joe Henry's question. He's asking, 2-day ship? Bring him his food.
I didn't see that.
So,
Sorry, Joe Henry. Go ahead, Jenny.
I love all these answers. For me, I don't know that I have a favorite food, but over the past several years, my daughter and I tend to go out for sushi. And I really enjoy that because, not to pat myself on the back, but I'm a pretty good cook. And there's a lot of things that if I'm going to have them, I want to fix it. I don't want to go to a restaurant because I like mine better. But sushi is one of those things that I've never done. Maybe one day, and then I'll never go out for sushi again. But I do enjoy the times recently that my daughter and I have celebrated my birthday with sushi. As a child and to my early adulthood, my favorite cake was chocolate with chocolate with chocolate. And there's a bakery in our area that had what was called Death by Chocolate. And so frequently my grandmother would order that from the Pizitz Bakery, and that would be my birthday cake. So I really enjoyed that. As far as other people, again, food is kind of a love language for me. So I really enjoy cooking someone's favorite meal. And the other thing I really like to do is kind of like Christal mentioned, pay attention and surprise people with that small thing that they would not expect, that because you listen and you noticed. And to me, that's one of the most special things. It's not about money or the size. It's about paying attention to someone. I also want to ask you, Lonzine, what would be your favorite birthday date if you were to plan it? And I know you don't want to be planning it, but if you imagined, what would it be like? Would it be well, you just tell us. What would that be?
You know what? That's like payback. Like for all the time I've ever blindsided any of you, Jenny has just become your hero. Go do me a favor, switch me with Sochi, put me in the center. If I'm gonna be surrounded by friends, I need to be in the middle. Okay. Oh golly. Since I seriously, guys, I'm not kidding you. I've never had a date for my birthday as of yet until even when I was married, it was kind of my birthday was kind of a war between myself and the person I was married to. I should have known. Um, but ideally, I think it's the summary of the things that you guys are talking about. Time is a big deal. One of the things I think I would like, I love the idea of somebody bringing me flowers because but I've never actually had flowers delivered. So that might be one of the things. Um, time, but it doesn't have to be. Golly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think I want to be surprised. I think what would be best is that I'm with someone that gives me his best, the things that are in his heart that he would want to do. The food is not that big a deal to me. It's going to be fun, but it's the conversation that goes with the meal. As I'm a talk person and I don't get a chance, topic, cartoons, um, creative kind of things. Yeah, Michelle's laughing because I not every cartoon, it's just a few different things. Getting the opportunity to have somebody want to know me and me getting to know him better, that's good. Um, what else? So I'm kind of like he could do the setting. He could do the setting. It's just like this with you guys. This is dinner out. This is it. I got my lemonade this time, but it's time with you and engaging. And that's a huge one for me, like Mr. Magoo. It's a really big deal to me that the greatest gift you can give. Now, if he's significant and we're in it, he don't get away with this. Hey, I gave you time. What else? No, I want a present too because I love that kind of stuff. But it's not. I sound so. I guess I think discover. So it would depend if we're in 10 years, he would know, and it would always be special. I got a lot of other stuff I don't think I'm going to tell you, but does that kind of give you an idea? I hope I'm not being too vague. So the flowers are cool. Cards are great. Something that's written. Oh my gosh, that's huge for me. I don't even in that particular moment. I don't even care if they can spell. Except other than my name, you better get that right. Conversation, laughing, even watching a movie together. And I don't watch a lot of movies really, but I'm shut up now. Okay, who else has a question?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Is there something that you've never done? Some great thing that you've never done that you would love to do? Like, and I don't mean something plain like, give you an example. if I could have, I would have jumped out an airplane. I wanted to do that. No, I really did. But like something like that, is there something you've never done
Mhm.
that you would like to do still?
Mhm. There's two things that come to mind. One is I love the whales, and I want to see that. Not on the ship. I mean, I've posted enough stuff, as y'all know. But we have here in our area, out in the bay, there's a bridge that you can go and you can actually park. And when the whales come in their season, there's that. We've also got a butterfly sanctuary that is in October in Monterey. And golly, going to the beach and being at, not the beach, but the area, the wharf and stuff, that's huge for me. I love that stuff. And the other one is castles, going to see castles, whether there are American castles, but the European castles, the French, and the ones in Ireland and Scotland and England, the ruins as well. And that's even when you go to Israel, there's a lot of beautiful kind of things like that. Yes, Geraldine, I actually am a romantic. That's true. I'm a practical romantic, but I'm not the one, oh, I'll fly you to Paris and do this, that, and the other. It's like, see, that old candlelight dinner, I like it, but come on, think, do stuff, theater, whatever, I don't know. Check out if I have the second box set. Sit and talk forensics with me. I've never had I'm looking forward to having, I'm not going to say never, forgive me for that, but I'm looking forward to really great conversations. And since I'm not a drinker, I'm a coffee or tea or a lemonade person. I don't like alcohol, never have. So that doesn't see, I don't fit the romantic. Every time somebody's like, well, we would do something romantic. It's like, well, yeah, I don't like that. That makes me itch. So anyway, I hope that answers it. You can call somebody else.
I have a question for you. So
Okay.
I've had glimpses, just little glimpses of hearing you sing. And
Yes.
I was wondering the other day, what music inspires Pastor Lonzine? Like what style, what moves you, and why?
Oh, wow. This is good. What music? Used to be jazz. I had a real thing for it, and I'm still very much an instrumental type of person. I play a lot of they call it soaking music, but it's instrumentals where they are actually worshiping and their egos don't get in the way. But I also like show tunes, certain type of show tunes and stuff, and I do like sing-alongs. Even if you can't sing with me. Okay, this is good. Please hear me. Somebody that wants to play with me, not play with me, but play, like a little kid, do you want to play? Let's go on a coloring date. I don't color very well. I color outside the lines and do all that kind of stuff. Let's go on a creativity thing. Let's do a search, and go on one of those geocache kind of things. Something. I mean, it's like I'm up for the adventure. I don't do most things. I don't fish. I don't do this. I don't do that. And I would be a total girl if I caught a fish. He better be there to catch the thing because I'm going to throw it. But I would at least try. You know what I'm saying? So I like the adventure. That's that thing. It's like, let's go on the adventure. And I was going to say the other part of conversation is always got to be kingdom. We can talk about cartoons. We can talk about this and that and the other. But somewhere down the line, it's got to be that love for kingdom that comes through because that is hot to me. So anyway, does that answer it? Because with music, I still like jazz, but it has to be certain musicians because there's some of it I'm not able to listen to it anymore. But it's still a jazzy kind of, it's got to have a groove. And then all of a sudden I'll surprise you and change gears, when I'm writing stuff, and I'll do the oldies kind of styles because I like different styles of music. I even can deal with some of the hip hop kind of stuff. One of our church members is, she likes to do that kind of stuff. And I can, if the beat's right and I like it, I just like to have fun. Okay, who's next? No. This is fun, kind of weird. Go ahead, sis.
All right. I would like to know, what would a fun day look like for you?
Okay, fun day. I guess it's obvious I haven't had to be. I mean, all my days are fun, but it's going to start with good coffee. okay, probably I made it since I do my own blends, as y'all know, and stuff like that. And quiet. Because I don't actually want to start my morning with anybody or the day with anybody talking. It's like, can we be quiet? Don't you guys think that's important? Can we be quiet together? I agree with you, Uncle Mike, Frankie, and Dino. I sing those songs. I love those songs. So those. If I'm going to listen to singers, yeah, it's that kind of quality stuff. Of course, y'all know I'll hop into the praise and worship, certain things when they're actually talking to him. So it would start, Xochitl, with that quiet, but seeing. I want to see, can we be quiet together? Can we, and then just kind of flow. So it's not like, okay, well, we might have this planned, and then we've got a this or that. So it's not etched in stone, like we must stick to the schedule. It's fluid. Hey, let's go on a drive. Where I live, going to Monterey is totally an option. It's about an hour and a half or 2 hours from here, or Sacramento Old Town, which is about an hour or so from here. And Chris has been my date, for everything right now. And I'd like to dump her, and she wants to dump me too. But we're going to stick together anyway, because you never throw your friends away. And it just goes on. Maybe we're going to, it's like take a change of clothes because we're going to do something else that's spontaneous. Or maybe it's shopping. I do like to shop. I don't want to buy everything. But you know what? If he can stand being someplace where I just want to look at stuff, because, my shopping style is reconnaissance before I buy. I actually look around and try to figure it out, and I come back another day. Most of the time I don't impulse buy. I plan it, and then that's what I want to do. Maybe he sings to me or wrote something, and oh my God, I'm just like totally exposing myself. What are you guys doing? Those things that kind of make you cry, showing the love that he has for others, for people and stuff, and and surprise me with something that is beyond my norm, because I'm okay with being made uncomfortable as long as it's not creepy uncomfortable. It's stretching uncomfortable. Have you ever considered doing this? No. But, and I've got a few thoughts I'm not going to say, because I it's like, oh my gosh, there are things that, but again, play with me. Let's play. Let's enjoy. Let's laugh. If it gets serious, let's work through it. Let's do this. So that's, again, it's the gift of time. That would be my ideal kind of day. And sing happy birthday to me. Good afternoon, August, Pastor August, and Jill, thank you. And all of these others, welcome. We're having some fun. My birthday is on Thursday, and my friends are grilling me, but I do this to them all the time, and I just thought this would be my gift to y'all, to let you have the chance to make me uncomfortable if you can. You can. Who's next? We've only got about 4 minutes, so let's see what we can come up with.
I have an idea of a time that I think you would like to do on your birthday. Is like one of those murder mystery games where everybody has to go and figure out the crime. I could just see you really ripping that. I would love that too. But I always thought about that when I saw those things in social media or whatever. I thought, oh, Lonzine would be, and I know you'd solve it. You have a very creative mind and a very curious mind, so you're great at investigating. That's why you're great with the word, because you always want to know, wait, what does that mean? Well, where does that take me? And then you follow that trail. And actually, you've taught me to do that even more. I've always enjoyed doing that, but you've really pulled on that in me. And I always thought that would be so much fun.
It is fun. I've actually done that, and I would do it again. I've wanted to take a group, because it doesn't always have to be a two thing, but people that we like, people that you come together with. And yeah, I have to say it that way because, I don't date. So it's going to have to be a committed relationship. And, but I think those kind of things with friends is fun. I'm with LeTasha on that. Being surrounded by, I had a party where we were talking about playing Twister, and everybody's at least 45. And we were like, there's sounds and smells that happen sometimes when you put your body in the wrong position. So we were like, we would play with young people, tag somebody to represent me because we had visions of, you may not be as limber as you think, even if you go to the gym. Get me off of this red circle, right foot red. I cannot stay, or right, I cannot stay down here in this position. And it was so much fun because all of a sudden everybody at the party realize, oh my gosh, we're all of an age where this stuff is hilarious to us. And I think it was probably one of the best parties I ever gave. Chris, you were there, so you would remember. I mean, it just hit everybody. Oh no, we could talk about bodily stuff and everybody understood it without it being rude and it wasn't juvenile. So anyway, you're right. I do love those kind of things. And I think group adventures and stuff. And I don't think I solved it, but I got to meet the actors. They liked me. They really, really liked me. Who's next? We got 2 minutes.
I don't know if this is a question or not. I know that you do like surprises.
Yeah.
Because, I think I wanted to took her to a movie. She doesn't really go to a lot of stuff. And I wanted to see this movie. And I'm like, she's going to go with me. But I would not tell her where we were going. I made everything like super secret until we got there. And then we enjoyed ourselves. We had so much fun. We laughed. I mean, we just had a good time. But I have a question. So, when you talk about adventure, because I know you're not the outdoorsy type of person, but what if that special someone was more adventurous than you and they wanted to do, let me think. I know you don't like boats. But hey, they want to go on the boat. Babe, we're going to do, in the bay. Babe, we're going to go on this boat. That's a joke. That is a joke. But we're going to go on this. I want to take you on this boat. I want to do this adventure thing. Would you be open to it? Absolutely. Or would we have to hide it first and then surprise you?
No, I'd surprise you if you did. No, I'd go. That's what I've said. I'm open for the adventure. We're out of time, but I'm open for the adventure. And that's the whole point. Move past my attitudes because that's simply triggered by being uncomfortable or being fearful for a moment. That's all it is. Let's move past it and let's learn to love each other. So we'll talk maybe more on Monday night and just have some more fun, not about me, but all about this kind of stuff. I want to thank you all for your gift of time. I want to thank you for the love, and I love you all so much. And all of you that got into the conversation, I love you too. I am blessed to know you all and to have spent a part of my birthday week with you. Next week, my guest is Pastor August. And so I'm looking forward to talking and sharing with him. Stay tuned for Apostle Baker on Really Telling It Like It Is. I am Lonzine Lee. You have just had not just a conversation, but a kingdom conversation with my friends. And we love you all. See you next time. Thank you, ladies. Love you.
Thank you for watching Kingdom First TV, your station